Right, so next step then is find our way back to the ship, and then we're going to head off to speak to Phineas at some point. I suppose it can't hurt to get that bit out of the way straight away.
Now arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
Thanks, Ada. We'll bring Max and Ellie along. They can be trusted. Also, neither of them's got any good armour. Do we have any good armour about our person? MSI Elite armour. That's pretty good. Iconoclast Apostle armour. That's also pretty good. So they're both heavy armour sets that are just pretty great all round. So let's give the MSI stuff to Max, I guess. And Ellie can have the Iconoclast stuff. It doesn't look amazing, but that's fine, I suppose. Now then, Phineas. What's our next step, friendo?
I'd clap you on the shoulder if I went behind a wall of bulletproof glass. I don't know how you did it, but Hiram Blythe just sent me everything I needed.
Good.
According to Hiram's message, Minister Clark has ordered a suspicious amount of dimethyl sulfoxide. It's almost as if he's hoarding the colony's remaining supply. Typical elitist, hoarding supplies during a time of scarcity. Once I have those chemicals, we can revive the Hope's colonists and put some decent people in charge. So, good news. You're going to Byzantium and stealing those chemicals. Exciting.
Hooray! Cool. So, what's so important about these chemicals, Phineas?
If I had time and several blackboards, I could explain the details to you, but to put it briefly, dimethyl sulfoxide is the reason you're alive today. The chemical is absolutely essential to reviving the Hope's colonists. I need you to steal as much as you possibly can. The more, the better. If you don't bring me enough chemicals, I might not be able to save the Hope's colonists, and then nothing will stop the board from destroying this colony.
What about Minister Clark?
Aloysius Clark, Minister of Earth. Virtually every colony requires the presence of a Minister of Earth. Clark is complicit in every one of the board's crimes. Whenever the board issues some new decree, you'll find Clark's signature on the dotted line.
Can we shoot him in the head? That'd be great. Tell me what to do.
Ah, yes, the details. I'm not about to ask you to rampage through Byzantium trading bullets with the board's agents.
Boom.
We'll have to resort to subterfuge. Carmen Imagawa. She's my contact in Byzantium. Meet her at the docks. She'll have all the necessary intelligence you require. I'm giving you my old nav key to Byzantium. You'll need it to land in the Golden City. Remember, you're looking for dimethyl sulfoxide. Big green bubbling vessel with a warning label. I'll take as much as you can find.
Anything else we need to know about Carmen?
You can trust her if that's what you're asking. Imagawa is the finest special agent in Byzantium that money can buy. My money, anyway.
Okay, find Carmen, steal chemicals. Got it.
Can we talk?
What's up, Ellie?
So, we're just gonna march straight into Byzantium and acquire some rare chemicals right under the board's nose?
Yep.
I sure hope you negotiated for a raise with this Phineas guy.
Why do you say that, Ellie?
Ever notice how this job gets bigger and more dangerous every time he calls in? He's asking a lot, Captain. Makes me wonder what your angle is.
I mean, yeah, he did rescue me from the Hope, so the least I can do is help him see this through.
That's one way of looking at it. Another is that he pulled you out of hibernation without your say-so and got you to do his dirty work.
Nah,
Besides, none of this is your mess, so why go dirtying your hands with it?
because fuck the board. It's the right thing to do.
Hate to say it, but the right thing rarely pays well. The board's put a bounty on his head, and they've got more than enough bits to pay it. I've got no love for the corporations, but they know how to take care of their people. The ones at the top, anyway.
Well, we're not about to become some sort of corporate lackey.
Don't think of it as being a lackey. Think of it as doing a job and getting paid really, really well. I know you want to save the day, But don't forget to look after yourself. No one else out here's going to.
I didn't know you cared, Ellie.
Hey, don't get any ideas. I'm just making sure you last long enough to pay me at the end of this. Anything else?
Any thoughts on Felix's friend? In heavy air quotes.
Something about this Harlow guy isn't on the up and up.
Agreed.
Glad it's not just me. The way Harlow is leaning on his revolutionary bona fides, not to mention his knowing Felix back in the day, something about it feels off.
Yeah, we'll keep our eyes open.
Good. That makes two of us.
All is well then, with Ellie. She's cool, we're cool. Everyone's cool. Now we can finally go to Byzantium. We could have gone there from the first time we went to the Groundbreaker if we'd offered to shop Phineas and then we'd acquired a seal for the board guy. But nope, now we're going there the regular, expected way.
I understand we have decided to continue supporting the outlaw scientist, Dr. Phineas Wells.
That's right, Ada.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Anything further to add, or... No, cool.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Let's go to Groundbreaker. We've got a couple of jobs there.
Captain, I'm receiving an urgent docking request from another vessel.
Go on.
Greetings from the Halcyon Parcel Service. Delivery is guaranteed within standard margins of certainty. I've got a special delivery for Alex Hawthorne of the Unreliable. With your permission, I'll see it transferred to your ship.
That'd be great, thank you. I am Alex Hawthorne.
With alacrity. Stand by, Captain Hawthorne. An HPS certified distribution technician has deposited the parcel into your cargo hold in accordance with hazardous waste disposal procedures.
Hazardous waste dispose. Yeah, that sounds fine. We'll deal with it.
On behalf of HPS, I'd like to remind you that HPS is not responsible for any damage, defacement, or unseemliness to your parcel. Thank you for your patience, and please remember HPS for all of your future parcel-related needs.
Yeah, sure thing. Right, we've got a parcel. It might be unseemly. It doesn't look unseemly. HPS, yeah. It's not about to explode, I don't think. Pravati? You can take an explosion, can't you? No, let's just open it. Aha! That'll be the hazardous waste then.
Hawthorne, if you're getting this, something's happened to me. Got mixed up in some shady business on Gorgon. Should have known better. But I landed on something big. And now this job's an itch I can't stop scratching. There's a whole research compound left to the Sprats. I think I'm close to figuring out why. But something dangerous is closer to me. Got the job through one Minnie Ambrose, top runger who just came into some money and was offering a hefty bid card for qualified help. Trust me, her money's good. Talk to Minnie. Take the job. If I ain't gonna live to see the payday, might as well be you. Consider us even, old pal.
Well, that fellow certainly seemed trustworthy.
I've gotten jobs from some unusual sources, but this is a first. Congratulations, Captain.
I don't mean to sound prim, Captain, but there's gotta be a better way to ask someone to do you a favor.
I just want to say, we gotta take this job. This is the closest I ever been to starring in a serial drama. Only thing we're missing is a couple cameras and a soundtrack.
At least this won't be boring.
Nothing from Sam. Very well. We've got opinions to the rest of the crew anyway. So, money and intrigue, we are sold.
Captain, the message contains landing coordinates for a small asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. It was recently registered to a Wilhelmina Ambrose.
Okay, who was this guy, Ada?
He was an old friend of Alex Hawthorne's. Lucky Montoya had a statistically significant tendency to encounter situations of extreme danger.
Oh, really? I thought he lost his arm gambling.
He was also the fourth best paid freelancer in the system.
Only the fourth?
There are several hundred freelancers operating in Halcyon. Considering the numbers, Mr. Montoya ranked among the top percentile. This had less correlation with his measured aptitudes, which rank at or below average, than with a pattern of fortunate circumstances.
So yeah, he wasn't good at anything, but he was lucky.
Luck does not exist, Captain. Nevertheless, I am programmed to agree with your assessment. I have transferred the coordinates for Ambrose Manor to your navigation terminal. We can travel there when you are ready.
We gotta talk about this.
Do we, Felix? I mean, sounds like we've talked about it.
Hawthorne, if you're getting this, something.
Cool. So it's like turned into an audio log at this point. What's up, Felix?
I can't believe I wanted to shake his hand. I need a shower. Makes you wonder if being a treacherous, two-timing coward is some sort of contagious disease, or if he was just born that way.
Okay, are we talking about Graham right now?
At first, I liked what Graham was doing. The Iconoclasts were going to change Halcyon for the better.
They still are.
But then, we found out Graham was behind the slaughter of Amber Heights. How can anybody so morally bankrupt lead a movement to transform the colony?
I mean, he was sorry for what he had done in the past.
Nah, he was sorry for getting found out. Graham never cared about anybody but himself. You'd never do something like that, would you? Slaughter a whole community of innocents?
No, never.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's get back to it. I need to put all this ugly business with Graham behind me.
You do that, Felix. So yeah, I like that. It's made it absolutely clear, just in case you weren't already clear, that yeah, Graham had given the tip off to the guys to attack Amber Heights. And they did so. And everyone there died. And oh, is that Halcyon ship? Oh, that's the Groundbreaker. Cool. Have we never been in it before since we visited the Groundbreaker? That's cool. Yeah, Graham was behind the Amber Heights massacre. Then he formed the Iconoclasts after that. And he's just a bit of a shit. So we've got Paralon Gorgon. We've also got a couple of side quests to wrap up whilst we're here on thing. So yeah, Felix wants to meet someone. And we've got a medicine thing to hand in. So Max, get back in the pile. Felix. We're practically at the right level, aren't we? We're level 24. We're almost level 25, which is the right level for Paralon Gorgon. So maybe we'll bob off and do that once we've handed in these couple of side quests. Hello.
Well, well, Dr. Fenhill. It's not often I see you on this side of sickbay.
I make it a point not to get shot, and when I do, I can usually take care of the mess myself.
It'd be nice to have you in here patching people up, not just blowing them apart.
I respect what you're doing here, but you know I'm not ready to settle down. It's not you, it's me.
Have it your way then. You always do. Now, about your friend here. Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? Irion mentioned a busybody getting in his way on Scylla. I'd wager that's you.
Damn right it is, but busybody, we saved his life.
Don't take it personally. Irion just spins tales. Real protective of his image, that man. He may have a bolt loose, but he's reliable and kind enough, so I can't say I much mind. Thank you for getting my mechanicals to me. If you're ever in the market for a bit of beautification, the first one's on me.
Nice. Thanks, Wanda. And now, let's clear up Felix's side quest if we can. We might be able to fully clear it up right now. But let's see. Rosanna is possibly in the Lost Hope.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled
Hello.
advertising.
You mind trying to have a moment here?
Are you Rosanna Trask?
Yeah, I was called that once upon a day. You need something?
Once upon a day, so you're not... Let's see. We're looking for Rufus Trask. I was told he lived around here.
Rufus and I are no longer on speaking terms.
Yeah,
I don't know
so.
where he is. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
I mean, I'm on the level. You can ask Junlei about me.
You're telling me you're on a first-name basis with Ms. Tennyson?
Yeah. We're not one of Harlow's thugs. You can trust us.
All right. I'm gonna take your word for it. Rufus is hiding out in Emerald Vale.
Huh.
Got a few friends with him. That's as much as I know.
Okay, I am obliged. Thank you. Well, we got some info, Felix, wherever you are. And we got a level. Now, we could put more points into sneak, but do we need to? I still want to get persuade up to 150 before I do anything else. We've got another perk for the crew. Shots from Ellie's ability ricochet to a second nearby enemy. That sounds kind of fun. Felix deals increased damage to anyone who has a negative reputation with you, which is higher than their positive reputation. So who would that be then? I mean, eventually it'll be the board. For sure. MSI aren't sure about us because it's 100 each way. Why have we got 100 negative with MSI? Oh yeah, I guess we killed a bunch of them. Yeah. I was forgetting which character I was on at this point. So the board don't like us very much. Anti-Cleo don't like us very much. C&P don't like us. So that's a few different factions. Basically the corpos in general. Felix would deal extra damage. Yeah, let's grab it. It's not terribly important what abilities we take.
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
Now, where are we going exactly? Up into the hills. So the botanical lab would be a good place to start. Still quite a few people hanging around here. Very well. Front Trask. Hey, Grace.
I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but I appreciate it.
Okay, nothing much to say. She's still just hanging around here, even though... Oh no, because we did take the power from Edgewater. This is the thing, I'm getting mixed up now. I've got like 4 characters on the go that were all doing different things. But yeah, this is the one where the botanical place still has power, which is why everyone's hanging out up here. Makes sense. Now, how are we going to get to Trask? You have to go through some caves or anything.
Here they come!
Some enemies onto us. No. I feel like they're not going to last very long. Oops. Am I going to get any hits in? There we go.
That's the last of them.
Yep. They weren't up to much. Now, primals though. They're guarding a cave that we've not yet seen. Now, can we get your head in view? Yeah, we can.
Heads up, boss!
Keep this up and I won't have any new battle scars.
Cool. Primals are all dead. So yeah, there's a little gap over there we've not seen, but there's also this cave with a dead marauder and a little bin full of loot. Very well. Was this always here? And did I just miss it earlier on? I assume that's the case. I don't think they would just randomly add a new bit of level. North Gulch. Doesn't have a fast travel point. That's fine. There's outlaws, but they're not currently hostile. Hello. Now, you would be Trask.
I don't know who you are or why you're prowling around here, but I'm willing to make a guess. You're one of Harlow's gun hands, ain't you? He sent you after me.
Yeah, that's right. He said that you betrayed him.
Yeah, of course he did. Thing is, you and I are at an impasse. Harlow wants me dead, and I've got no intention of dying.
That is an impasse. So he wants your ring as proof of your death. That's all we're really after.
Harlow wants my ring? Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. A ring's a lot easier to lose than a hand.
Yeah, that's lucky
How
Marlowe.
do I know that I can trust you?
How do you know you can trust me? I mean, if I wanted to kill you, we wouldn't be having this conversation. And just sniped you from the other side of the gulch.
Yeah, guess that's a fair point. Listen, I don't know what lies Harlow's dripped down your ear, but you'd be a fool to trust him. I never betrayed Harlow. Harlow betrayed all of us. The board's got him in their pocket, been paying him off for years. All that palaver about revolutions? It's a lie.
You're a real piece of work, Trask. Not just a turncoat, but a liar, too.
Go piss up a rope, kid. I've got nothing to prove to you.
Fair.
That's the whole truth. Harlow's just another board asset. A 2-bit mercenary wearing a dissident's clothes.
We're going to need proof of this. Let's see. Show me some evidence.
Yeah, I've got proof. There's always a paper trail when the board's involved. I chanced upon some correspondence between Harlow and his employer. I don't know that it makes a difference. What was I to do with that evidence? Bring it in front of the board? There's no authority in Halcyon willing to take Harlow to task.
Yeah, there is. You're looking at it.
Huh. You ain't like other board agents I heard about. You got a functioning spine. You want to confront Harlow yourself? Be my guest. I hid my papers before Harlow chased me out. Back in the middle of the base, there's an old vent in a utility corridor. I stashed my evidence in that vent.
Why would the board buy off Harlow?
Because he's for sale. Anything the board can buy, the board will buy, and that includes loyalty. Harlow was a charismatic bastard, and he was ruthless. With Harlow in their pocket, the board had an informant, a pirate, a smuggler, and a gang leader all rolled up into one odious excuse for a human being. Sounds like a deal to me.
I mean, it does sound like a good deal. And what was he doing for the board? I guess piracy, smuggling, leading gangs and informing.
Board-sanctioned piracy. Harlow went after the ships the board wanted destroyed, capturing anybody the board wanted captured. If we captured you, we'd ransom you. Harlow liked to do the job himself. Gather up the captives on his own ship, vanish for a couple of days. Only that's not what happened. Harlow's been selling his captives off to the board. I don't know where they ended up. Re-education, Tartarus, maybe worse.
Alright, we've heard enough.
Take it you've made up your mind.
Yeah, we're not going to kill you, but we are going to take your ring.
You gonna tell Harlow I'm dead? May as well. I'm never going back to that life again. Here, take the ring. And for what it's worth, my gratitude.
Take care. Right. Felix is not going to be impressed with this tale that's been told.
Clyde Harlow, agent of the board. Yeah, that sounds even more insane out loud than it did in my head. Then again, Trask knew he was a dead man. Could have been trying to shift the blame.
Yeah, we'll find the evidence.
I can't imagine Clyde working for the board. But we owe it to ourselves to find out. Trask said he stashed the evidence in a vent back at the base. We should go take a look.
We will do that, Felix. We'll do that right now. Where do we park up? Can we just jump over there? Oh, we've broken a leg. But we're fine. Now, there's Trask's evidence. There's Harlow. Do we go in round this side somewhere if we want the evidence? Because I would quite like it. Or was it outside? I mean, you mentioned a vent. So maybe it's inside, maybe it's out. Here we go. Stashed receipts. Cool.
We need to have a word with Clyde.
We do. What do you think about this evidence?
Looks like Trask was telling the truth. It's all there. Receipts for services rendered, payments, records, ship manifests. Clyde was a pirate for hire, and the board was paying him off. In typical board fashion, they left a trail of receipts behind. Ain't that just ironic?
I mean, I was going to say it's not ironic, but Felix doesn't need to hear that right now. I don't like being lied to.
Yeah, you and me both. Clyde owes us some answers. Something about this don't add up. And I mean to find out why.
Clyde. Let's wrap.
What's the word?
I mean, the word is treachery, probably.
So
But,
it
yeah.
is. Thus ends Rufus Trask. Once a sensible man, by and by a fool, presently a corpse.
Hope his gas bag's paying us by the hour.
I hope you never have to discover what it is like, Captain. The relief one feels when a mutiny comes to an end.
Trask had some things to say about you. And I've got my own misgivings.
Trask told me that you're working for the board, chum.
That's a damning accusation. Am I right to presume you have some evidence on hand?
Yeah, we can show him the papers. What's the worst that happens? He attacks us and we kill him?
Those papers don't prove a thing. We've all done business with the board. They own the whole damn colony. Trask put you up to this. That miserable wretch. He's trying to undermine everything I stand for.
You told us that Trask was an informant for the board when we met, and you were lying.
You've got a lot of nerve calling me a liar to my face.
Why would Trask rat you out to your own employers?
How should I know? What the hell do I care? Trask was a traitor. I didn't ask you to understand his motives. I asked you to cross him off.
Clyde, look me in the eye and tell me it's not true. Tell me, and I'll believe you.
Don't talk to me like I'm some common criminal, Felix. You're the one on trial, not me. I don't know what kind of poison that snake dripped in your ear, but as far as I'm concerned, you've been compromised.
Looks like we're
Oh, that sounds good. We can deal with being compromised. Yeah. Oh, there's someone. Oh no, they're down.
Right.
Okey doke. Let's just rob this guy while we get a moment. And then... Oh, there's an outlaw. It's hard to tell sometimes who's an outlaw and who's not. May as well rob that. Now, everyone's a bit hostile at this point. So we'll just explode that guy's head. There's a guy down here. Is he hostile still? Or has he just gone about his business? There's one.
What was that?
Heads up!
Oops. Not stealthy enough. Kaplode. Yeah, we'll come out of... There we go, there's another. Bonk. Yeah, it's probably best just to pop out of this mode every time we pop someone's head. This tight quarters battling doesn't really do us any good. The time dilation. We want everyone to be out in the open, where you can plink them one at a time. Who's left? Construction mechanical? It's not you, is it? No, it's an enemy over here somewhere.
What was that?
Now, I think we've cleared out the compound. Everyone seems to be dead. We could probably rob the place, but I don't know if that's necessary at this stage. So let's jump back on the ship, and we'll probably need to chat with Felix at this
Didn't
point.
I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board? Who keeps ordering these?
We got enough for a tinker. Yeah, having checks. Tinkering costs just keep increasing. It's only science weapons where they get capped. I'd misread everything before that point. And yeah, we've definitely not got enough bits to tinker with this rifle anymore. Now, Felix.
This is definitely not how I imagined it'd end. The void's black, water's wet, and Clyde hated the board. That's something I just knew. Now? I don't know. I don't know what to think.
I mean, you never really know what's going on inside someone's skull.
No. I guess you really don't. I've just got a lot on my mind right now. This is a lot to take in.
Fair.
I always looked up to Clyde. The thought that he could be an agent of the board is just abhorrent to me.
Yeah, I can understand why you're upset, because you feel like he betrayed you.
Yeah, he did. and I'm not sure how I'm gonna get over that.
It'll pass. Give it time.
I hope so. I don't see this one passing anytime soon. You've given me a lot to think about. I'm gonna be mulling over this whole mess for a couple of days. Part of me wishes we put Trask in the ground. You know, I think that's just my frustration talking. Thanks for your time, boss.
You're welcome, Felix. Take as long as you need. And we will go about our business, which now I think is going to be heading to Gorgon.